My name is the Managing Director for Industry Equipment, which is part of the Caterpillar group of companies. Basically, I took an impromptu visit to this place to try and identify 2 to 3 people that we can employ immediately. We are lacking in that particular area, so I thought Norte could be the best because we know that you train HERs. Wow, I've been very surprised. I didn't expect to see what I've seen. Now I'm quite confident that we'll pick the right guys from here. A couple of years back, we used to be called Zambia. Zambia was actually representing Caterpillar in Zambia. We dominated the market actually on the mines. We were supplying loaders, dozers, graders, excavators, including warehousing equipment. In that category, we have forklift trucks from a 1.5 ton to a 25 ton lift truck, and warehousing equipment, including order pickers, reach trucks, and so on and so forth. Anyone who is running a warehouse in this country should be able to use such kind of equipment. All ports, entry ports, logistics, and so on and so forth use that kind of equipment. So it's the lifting equipment that we specialize in. We've been in existence quite some time. I think industrial equipment was born somewhere in 1962. It tells you how old we are. Some time down the line, I think there was a split, management buyout between Barrow and us. It split into 2. Mazembe actually created both 2 companies, Barrow, which now deals in earth-moving equipment, which is the dozers, graders, and excavators as one side of business for Caterpillar. And then ourselves are fully involved in warehousing equipment, that is lift trucks, specifically forklift trucks. And from pallet jacks to a 25-ton lift truck. Those help to deal with the entire range of materials that you can lift in the system. So we've been in existence for that long period. We deal with most of the companies in this country. If you mention that a few companies like Trade Kings, they own about 50 lift trucks. Because of what they are doing, we are actually in the process of replacing all those with Caterpillar, with what they're operating. We have new cans in Dollar, Handyman Line. So many of these companies in the industrial area, we handle them. Wherever you see a Caterpillar lift truck, just know that the mother behind this lift truck is industrial equipment. That's what we're doing. We basically sell new machines into the industry, and then we also give backup support in terms of supply of spares and giving them services. We build engines, we build transmissions, we buy back, we give those options to customers to buy back, units that they've used. I gave you an example of Polongo, where we sold units for 18 years ago. We went back, picked them up. Today, if you see them, we can guarantee those machines will run another 15 years. Caterpillar itself, when they give you a machine, you are guaranteed of spares for the next 25 years. After 25 years, that's when they let go of those parts to the what we call after-sales market. Anyone can then go and buy and sell. But these units would have been obsolete by then. So in a nutshell, we basically give a backup support to these units from supply to maintenance to overhauls and even buying back those units so that we give you comfort. You focus on what you're able to do and you give us our unit to make sure that we maintain it for it. I think that, honestly speaking, you need to move with industry. You need to catch up, I think, in a lot of areas. I can see you have quite a number of units or engines that are there, but I think the world has moved to more electronic. I would request or impress upon the fact that I think you should be looking at this to introduce some of those engines that are more electrical into your training systems, because you have to be relevant to industry. When you graduate these people and hand them over to us, I think we want to see that interest and touch in what is modern. Because what is happening in most cases, they are being trained, for instance, on engines that are very, very old, 20, 30, 40 years engines, and yet we've moved a milestone. So I think if you get in touch with industry and get in constant touch, I think we should be able to change that kind of perception. That's one issue. You have good space, there's a lot of demand for your services, but I think that we have to work together with you in order for us to tap into your systems. When you train these students, they will have ideas, and then we pick it up from there, and retrain them practically to ensure that they respond to the needs of the industry. But so far, I think I didn't expect what I've seen. But I'm quite impressed at the same time that you're making an effort moving away from academic side to go more practical, because I think the number of engines that I've seen, the guys that I've seen in the electronics rooms and so on, gives me an impression that you're making an effort to go into that direction, and that will give you the relevance to the industry. I think that is what we should have been doing. Unfortunately, there's been a gap. To give an example, if you look back to the days of ZTCM, I'll take that as an example. I think there are trade schools, electrical, in all fields actually. They were self-sufficient, as a mine. They would tap into their schools, bring out the young ones, even send them abroad, and that's why we kept the industry running for a long time. What has happened lately is that that system broke down, and the few that were trained have all been sacked by the industry. And now we are running up and down, getting people that are not professionally qualified. Hence, we have challenges in industry. I think what I would encourage ourselves, both you and ourselves, is to partner in the sense that we tap into your operations. Because when you train these young ones, we take them up and groom them up. I think then we'll be developing the country. If we work in isolation, I think we'll be shooting ourselves in the foot, because that has not done any good to industry. But I think in identifying you or your training needs analysis being done, we now should actualize that analysis and say, okay, how do we work with this? What is it that they need? You come and sit with us, or we come and sit with you and say, this is what we specifically need. If you take 20 students, for instance, okay, we come in a certain way, I don't want to use the word sponsor, and say, this is our area of the topic. I think we'd like to contribute in this way, so that whoever is coming out of here will be picking them up. That way we give confidence to these guys. They know that when they finish or graduate, they have somewhere to go to. I think that will encourage your system. We can work together very well.